Hello, this is the tutorial. Today we're going to be focusing on the moveset of Ness. Uh, this is the second character of of one of the characters you have to get in the game. This is actually the first character Ness is actually the first character you get in the game. So this character is pretty special. He's actually pretty powerful. Uh, his specials are pretty powerful. Pretty much everything. But yeah, a lot of his aerials are more like air combos. But anyway, let's get started. So I'm on the Tomodachi Life map. So first up, we're gonna start with Ness's specials. So first up is his up B. So I'm gonna do it again. So when Ness unleashes this attack, he will take out his yo-yo and he'll kind of roll it like this. It'll actually hit the character a little. And then it'll do that. So it's better if you just do. That was not a sub B. That was not a up smash. So it's better if you just do that. But you can also do a combo. Yeah, the best thing to do is to do the combo thing and then release it. Like that. So then you can start. So you can both do little jab combos, and then so you can both do some little more damage on your opponent, but also to be able to do air combos. Anyway, next up is Ness's down smash. So when Ness unleashes this attack, when Ness unleashes this attack, he will again take out his yo-yo, but instead he will actually roll it on the ground like that. Again, this is the same thing as his this is the same thing as his up smash. It both does combos, and then both can start air combos. Because if I like put myself like this, you can do that. Anyway, next up is Ness's forward smash. So this isn't anything like the up smash or down smash. It doesn't do like a combo or anything. It just does damage. This actually takes a lot of damage, and it launches the enemy pretty far. Like a full charge up takes 30 damage. Yeah, a full charge up takes about 30 30 damage. Like that. So it's very strong. And that is the end of the smash attacks. Next up is Ness's aerials. So I'm just gonna try to get Bayonetta. Up there. Okay, so first up is Ness's up aerial. So when Ness unleashes this attack, he will jump up, and using his PSI powers, he will do a little up combo. So it's both good for combos. It's good for combos and launching your character and launching your enemy. It's also next up is Ness's. Down aerial. So when Ness unleashes this attack, he will jump upward and using his PSI powers, he will kick his opponent. He will kick his opponent down. Like that. You can do spikes with this attack. Like that. I'm just trying to do. No, this is pretty much impossible. But anyway, you can do that, I guess. Next up is Ness's. Next up is Ness's forward aerial. So when Ness unleashes this attack, he will jump up. He will jump forward, and again, using his PSI powers, will kind of create a kind of PSI energy, kind of like a ball of PSI energy, and will do a little forward combo with against the enemy, like that. Last for Ness's aerials is his back aerial. So when Ness unleashes this attack, he will again jump up and use his another ball of PSI energy, and this is exactly like this is exactly like Mario and Luigi's back aerial. He will jump up and using both of his feet will kick back. This unfortunately will not do a combo. I don't think it does. Yeah, the attack does not do any kind of back combo. It doesn't do any kind of combo. This attack when the enemy is at high percentage, will do a lot of damage and will make the opponent get launched very far. It's very strong when the opponent is at high percentage. Anyway, next up is his Ness's specials. So first up for Ness's B is called PK Flash. It says blasts opponents with electrical energy after reaching full charge. Can be used before full charge for a weaker attack. So PK Flash is basically Ness will create so Ness will basically just create just this huge ball of PSI energy, and it will without if you don't do anything with it, it'll just fly upward. But a special thing you can do with it is while you're still charging it, you can actually use the joystick to actually turn it towards opponents. It's actually the same thing with PK Thunder, which I'm gonna talk about later. once we get to it. And then also, like it says right here, it can be used before full charge, but it'll be counted as a weaker attack. So let's try it out. So I'm gonna do the dragging thing. So you see, I just dragged it toward the Bayonetta and it hit her. So, yeah. If you don't do anything with it, it'll just go upward, like that. You can't actually, this attack actually has a, if you don't get it to, if you don't get it to your opponent fast enough, it will explode on its own. It explodes on its own for like, we'll do it again. So it'll explode if you drag it. If you don't drag it anywhere, it'll just immediately explode. But if you actually drag it, you'll be able to drag it for about 4 seconds. So it is pretty strong. I'm gonna do the dragging thing again. I'm gonna do the dragging thing again because it's actually pretty fun. Okay. So, yeah, it's very powerful. So, yeah. Anyway, next up is Ness's forward B, which is called PK Fire. It says shoots light out straight ahead or diagonally while airborne. Bursts into a pillar of flame if it hits someone. So when Ness unleashes PK Fire, he will shoot out of his finger a little tiny, teeny kind of lightning bolt, if you want to call it, out of his finger, and if you're on bare ground, it will shoot forward, and if you're airborne, it will shoot diagonally down. And if you're airborne, it will go down. It will go down diagonally. It will go down diagonally. So you really gotta go. You really have to be if you're airborne and you're trying to hit your opponent, you really gotta be at the right angle to get your enemy with it. Also, if it hits the opponent, as it says in the caption and in the picture, it will turn into kind of a pillar of flame and will do a little fire and will do this huge fire attack on the enemy, and will do little combos on it on the opponent. So, and it will burn the opponent. Not to a crisp, because pretty much every character in this game is pretty much immortal because they can literally revive themselves no matter what. So I'm gonna try it. So first I'm gonna try it on ground. Oh, that's not the thing I wanted to do. Also, this Also, the funny thing about this is every time you do it, it will actually push Ness back if you like close. So it's pretty hilarious. It's pretty funny. Also, this attack does have a breaking point because it doesn't really shoot forward. It will actually kind of shoot halfway diagonally toward the ground. But I'm gonna go closer. So it's better if you aim at the legs instead of going really close and doing that, because then you can hit your opponent more easier. Kind of like Call of Duty when you're trying to. It's better to shoot at the legs. But I don't know why people do that in Call of Duty. But I don't know what the heck I'm even mentioning that game, because this has nothing to do with that. Anyway, anyway, I'm gonna do an airborne now. So I'm just gonna also so I'm gonna push Bayonetta towards the edge, and then I'm gonna do it. So there's a possibility that the attack will actually, if you're by the edge of a platform and you try to do the forward B on an enemy, the attack will actually push the enemy off. The attack will actually push the enemy off the platform, which pretty much cancels the attack, because there's also a possibility that the attack will kind of fall off there's a possibility that the pillar of fire will fall off the edge with the opponent but won't actually hit them, because it'll disappear in a burst of flame in midair. But there's also a possibility that it won't, and then it'll pretty much just cancel the attack, because pretty much the edge pretty much pushes the enemy out of the attack, which kind of cancels it, because then you're not actually doing any damage on the opponent. So again, it's better to aim at the legs. I'm not even going to mention Call of Duty this time, because this game literally has nothing to do with that game. Because that is a cold game of kind of rated R. This is rated E. So, yeah. Anyway, next up is Ness's up B. It's called PK Thunder. It says, fires a steerable ball of lightning, sends Ness flying if he hits himself. So, this is, like I mentioned earlier, for PK Flash. Again, you can, as it says, just like PK Flash, again in PK Thunder, like I mentioned earlier, in PK Flash, you can steer it. You can steer it towards enemies, or you can even steer it towards yourself. PK Flush, unfortunately, you can't do that because it has a very early cancel. So this actually does not. I don't think this attack actually has a cancel. So yeah. Also, the reason this actually even though it's meant to attack your opponent, you can actually this actually is meant to be Ness's this is actually meant to be Ness's recovery, because I don't know if this is actually true or not. This might be my own opinion, I guess. So I don't know if this is actually true or not, but when the directors were making this game, and they were programming this attack, they realized when they made it so you can steer it, they found out that you can actually steer it so it hits Ness, and then sends him flying towards a certain direction. So I guess they made that thing. Again, I don't know if this that fact. I don't actually know if that fact is actually real or not, but also but whatever. Anyway, PK Thunder, it doesn't actually launch you. It isn't actually programmed for Ness to actually it isn't actually programmed if the thunder. It's not programmed if PK Thunder hits Ness in any way, the way that for example, if the PK Thunder if you were to steer PK Thunder and it hit directly below Ness, Ness would go directly upward north, or not really north, not north, but the PK Thunder would launch Ness directly upward. If PK Thunder were to launch, if the PK Thunder were to steer, if you were to steer PK Thunder and it hit the direct side of Ness, Ness would go directly forward, and then if it hit the other side, he would go the other way. If it hit the top of him, he would go downward, which is actually a really bad thing, because that can kill you if you're airborne. Except if there's a platform, and then the recovery is completely useless. But anyway, if you're at a single. But the only time those should actually be reliable is if you're at the right angle, that they could actually get you to they could get you to the stage. But anyway, it's more reliable that the PK Thunder hits directly here, like diagonally, so then Ness will be diagonally hit like this, so that he can actually get to it. So anyway, just try it out. It might take me a while to actually make it work, so I can actually hit the opponent. Anyway, let's do it. So as you just saw, I just hit the opponent with it. Oh, also, it kind of does have a little cancel thing, because if this thing hits, if PK Thunder hits a wall that you can't go through, then it will cancel. Then it will cancel the attack. If the attack runs airborne too long, then it will cancel itself. Anyway, I'm gonna try the Ness hitting himself thing. So I'm just gonna push Bayonetta all the way over here so that I can actually do it, not hit her on accident. Oh, well, let's see if I can do that. Okay, so I just hit myself upward like that. Oh crap, that didn't work out. No, it was the wrong way. Okay, so also another special thing, when the PK Thunder is there's also another thing that they programmed for the recovery kind of part of it. So it's actually programmed that for the recovery kind of part of it. So when the PK Thunder actually faces Ness, a red arrow, not this one right here, that's pointing down to Ness. That's not, I don't think that's actually possible. Well, yeah, maybe, but when PK Thunder comes face to face with Ness and is actually facing towards Ness, a red arrow will point which way a red arrow will appear that actually estimates which way Ness will go. So see, if you look closely, when I'm airborne like this, an arrow appeared that estimated which way I would go. So the arrow was actually right. It's actually always right. I just hate Ness's recovery because it's honestly, to me, it's actually really bad. Because both it'll be canceled if it hits any wall. I just hate Ness's recovery, honestly. In my opinion, I just hate his recovery. Yeah. Then you can accidentally do that. You can pretty much accidentally do anything. Oh my gosh. Bro, I hate you. Oh my god, bro. I literally hate his recovery. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Yeah. I just can't with this character. Okay, whatever, just forget that. Anyway, last is Ness's, down B, which is called PSI Magnet. It says, absorbs energy-based projectiles and weak explosives to heal damage. So, when Ness unleashes this attack, well, not really unleashes it, but sort of, he will actually absorb energy-based projectiles. So like projectiles that that use energy. One of those like shooting. I'd say probably like I'm not really sure about it, but like those like gun items. Those would probably be magneted toward the magnet, but and then also the magnet will absorb weak explosives, which are explosives that don't really do any damage, but also when Ness absorbs any of these projectiles or explosives, it'll actually heal him. I'm not actually sure if it'll work if he doesn't absorb anything, but let's try it out. So to test the item thing, I wanna get a so I'm gonna get this, and then I'm gonna put myself so I'm not sure why it's not absorbing. Oh, I think I get it now. Okay, I get it now. So it's not actually items, but so I'm just gonna kill Bayonetta here. Die. Oh yeah. Okay, so sorry for the cringiness, but okay, let's try it. So okay, so I'm not sure why. So it looks like it's shielding, but I don't actually get this. Looks like that attack might be too strong. But anyway, so anyway, that is the end of the specials. Next up is Ness's neutral air. Okay, so someone tried it out. So when Ness unleashes this attack, he will jump. He will jump upward, and then while he is falling down, he will again use his PSI powers, and he'll use actually two PSI energy balls with both of his hands, and will kind of do a little double kind of hit. So it is again a combo attack. So there's a weaker kind of it, and then there's also oh my gosh. Okay, so anyway, next up is Ness's neutral combo. So when Ness unleashes this attack, he will pretty much just like normal neutral combos. He will use his fists. He will first punch the enemy twice with both of his fists, and then will kick forward like that. Kind of like a karate master, I guess, if you want to call him that. And then last for Ness's moveset is his dash attack. So when Ness unleashes this attack again, he will use another ball of PSI energy and will sprint forward and will use both of his hands. So first he'll use one hand and hit the opponent with one ball of PSI energy, and then he'll switch to his other hand and do the same thing. So pretty much, again, it is another combo attack. If you do it longer, he'll actually switch back to his first hand again for a third time. So this attack I believe, will hit the opponent upward. Oh, that's not the right attack. So yeah, with the combo part, yeah, so it will hit the opponent diagonally upward. Anyway, last is Ness's final smash. So I first gotta get Bayonet up here. I'll just stop that cringe. Well. So I gotta get the item out. Okay, so it's best to stand right next to your opponent like that, because I'll show you why after the final smash. So let's try it out. So the reason why you should stand by your opponent is because when you do it, these huge, I mean huge, like huge meteorite, like literally huge meteorites of PSI energy will come down from the sky and will hit the opponent. And when you're right next to your opponent, the final smash does more hits on the enemy. So not actually sure. Pretty sure this is from the first Earthbound game. Earthbound was an old video game. I believe was played on Atari. I think. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure, but obviously this is from the Earthbound series. I was gonna do on it for the stage, which was the very first Earthbound stage that came out, but I decided not to because there's a lot of things you gotta watch out for in the thing, like those running cars, like those cars on the street that you gotta watch out for. So I just decided not to, and I just decided to do I just did this map for Last Resort, the Tomodachi Life stage. This is actually a me stage, but I'm not sure. Pretty sure you guys should know what Miis are, but you don't have to know what Miis are. How you get them is you go on the games slide, which is the blue slide when you first enter the game, and there'll be this thing called Mii Maker, I think it's called, and if you go on there, you can create your own Miis. You can change the color of their. You can customize their clothes. You can change the colors of their clothes. You can change their skin color, customize their facial features, pretty much everything. But also, you can also get newer. You can also get and how you get more customization clothes is either by getting the DLCs or by going on the store, which is on the Vault tab, which is the pink tab. So, yeah. Anyway, this is the end of my video. I hope you learned something from it. I hope you get better with Ness. Probably main him, I don't know. There's a pretty small number of Ness mains out there, but I'm sure there'll be more in the future. Ness has a lot of combo attacks. But anyway, this is the end of my video. Be good, better with Ness, and have a good day.